streamed live on Twitch at Lord Brandon 10.
All right, YouTube, we are back, and today we are going over a complete guide for the artifact system here in Destiny Rising. We're going to start off by showing you guys how the artifacts work and everything you need to know about that, and then we are going to show you guys an absolutely crazy cracked farm for getting mythics guaranteed every 3 or so minutes. So with that, we have none other than our GOAT, the man himself, the #1 Gwen in this game. Fat is going to walk you guys through it. Fat, I am back. We're recording. I promise I'm not going to mess up this time. Go ahead and take it over, GOAT.
All right, so we're going to be doing the artifact masterclass for you guys today, going over everything about the artifacts, starting from the basics, and then at the end of the video, we're also going to have a little showcase on how to get the artifacts that you want and then how to farm the most amount of them. But starting with the very basic for the artifacts is for your character, the main thing that's going to matter for these ones is the set effect. So you'll choose which artifacts that you want for your character based off of the set effect that artifact grants. It'll be different for each one. But you can see it down here. This is casting signature abilities, restores 2% health every 5 seconds, and it stacks 3 times. So that's the set effect that you'll choose based off of your character. And then when you grind out these artifacts, you're going to have different rules every time. And the power level is going to be based off of the attribute score that it rolls off of. So here you can see the attribute score is 136. This is a gear level 80 artifact. And then on the other artifact, same level, but a higher attribute score. So the attribute score will be randomized, and it's going to be based off of down here, which are the attributes. This one has health boost, healing bonus, and defense boost. The attribute score is made up of the attribute value, which if you click on it, this one has 5 tiers. So this is going to be a tier 5 attribute, and they have different values when you get higher tiers. So for the attribute score, is mainly going to determine the power for the artifact, and we'll show you how to basically maximize your artifacts. So for the artifacts, let's say that you're grinding them out and you get one that has really high attribute score. It has 280. So this is the one that I'm currently using, but let's say it has some really bad attributes that you don't want. Like, I can't give a great example, but let's say it has some attributes that you don't want, but you want to have it on the attribute score of the higher value. So for that, we'll go into modify for the artifact and talk about the first section of the attribute transfer. So the way that attribute transfer works is basically the artifact that you get that has the high power level, you can keep the same attribute score and transfer the attributes from another artifact. Now the artifact needs to be the same rarity and it has to be the same type. So it needs to be same artifact and the same rarity. It needs to be mythic. So you cannot transfer it from artifacts that are exotic or artifacts that are legendary. But we'll go for this one, and it has elemental resistance, range damage resistance, and recovery boost. So let's say that I wanted to keep the attribute score of 148 because this is one that I got that had a really high attribute score. I would basically go to the attribute transfer, and then I would look for the other ones that I can transfer from. So you see they're all the same type. I would click on one of these and you'll see the attributes that it has. So it has range damage resistance, health boost, and defense boost. If I wanted these ones, but I did not want these ones over here, I could transfer these attributes and keep the same attribute score. So you'll see the score is the same on both sides. These both have the same attribute score. So when you're farming them, mostly what is going to matter is the high score here. Now, the other way you can get the power level up is going to be from the enhanced section, which you can see here just enhances the artifact, and you need to add some materials. You get these materials from dismantling the artifacts. And then you can also raise the gear level, which you guys are all familiar with. Also uses the same materials that you get from dismantling the artifacts. So that's how we can max out these attributes. And then we'll go into one of the more late game. Well, actually, before I get to that, let me explain down here. These first two artifacts are always going to be defense attributes. So these will have range damage resistance, all sorts of resistance and defense bonuses, and also health. And they will come with those rolls. And then the ones on the right, these two right ones, will always have damage attributes. So you can see they roll with different ones like ability strength, bonus boost. And I don't think I went over here that you can actually see a greater detail of what these attributes do if you click on them. So yeah, it shows this increases the fire team's damage bonus by 13%. So you click on them, you'll see exactly what they do. But going more late game for the artifacts, once you have the one that has the high attribute score and has the attributes that you want, like this one, you'll go into modify, and then this is only going to be available for artifacts that are power level 80. So if you do not have 80, you won't see this artifact refactoring option available. But if you do have that for late game, we'll actually switch to one that I haven't enhanced yet, like this. The artifact refactoring will start with luck on the side. So pretty much how that works is when you refactor the artifact, you will get a random attribute roll on the right here. And sometimes it's going to be lower, sometimes it's going to be higher. You'll use some materials to refactor as well as some glimmer. So when you roll to get higher attribute score for these attributes, if the power level is lower, so let's say it goes from 1925 to 1800, then you will get some luck. And if you reach 6 times that the attribute power has lowered, you will be guaranteed to increase the attribute score for at least one of them. So I'll show you an example here. We'll just do for this one, well, not this one because that's not my main attribute, but for this one, if we refactor it, you'll see that we can get a random roll for the attribute. And here, that power level actually went lower, so we would keep the old ones, and then we also gained 1 luck. And we can just keep doing that until we gain 15 luck, or we get higher attribute score, which will also increase the power for the artifact. The next thing that is going to be a part of the artifact is the perk level, which is here. You can see it's level 4. And also on the right, you have your total attribute score. So it's determined by all of the attribute score together. And for the perk level, you'll see here, you're going to have 1 attribute score for tier 1. And then the higher you increase your attribute score, it goes up to a maximum of level 5 for the perk, which is 1440. And what this does is it affects the set effect based off of the artifact. So the set effect here, casting signature abilities restores 2% health every second for 5 seconds. If we look at the tier, the perk level, then if we get this to perk level 5, it will restore 2.5% health. So it's going to be a little increase there, and you can get that just by increasing the attribute score from the refactoring. And then the last part is up here. This is very late game, and it depends on your acclaim level. But up here you have the gilding level, which just gives you little bonuses when you unlock these certain sectors of the tree. So it does require some late game materials, and you get this when you have the acclaim level higher. But it increases your power and your base stats like health, shield, and defense. So that's pretty much it for the artifacts. You can roll the ones that you want and transfer them from different artifacts that you've claimed. and you've got these like thumbs up here as well. These are just like recommended ones for your character, but you can also choose ones that are not recommended. Like I use the damage bonus boost for my artifacts. So now we can go into the how to get these artifacts. So the best way to farm them is from the chaos, which is going to be an adventure here in your activities, and then you will have a singularity chaos. So for singularity chaos, pretty much when you get to this menu here for the event, you can choose which artifacts you want, or they will have like a higher rate to drop. So it's not guaranteed that you're going to get these ones in the challenger's wish, but you can choose the ones that you want for your character. These are the ones I've chosen for Gwyn. So you can choose for the first one, the second one, third, and the fourth. You cannot have the same artifact for the first and the second. They have different artifacts for each one. So these is where you will click the ones that you want to grind for, and then we can launch into here, and I'll show you basically the strategy for getting them as quick as possible. All right, so when you go into chaos, pretty much you'll play through chaos, and you're gonna get different ability bonuses that they grant you when you complete this. Now, what I've found is the best ability for this one is going to be the cleave. So we'll just choose like some random ones here. But if you go into chaos, the cleave is going to get you through this very quickly. And then you always want to go with, if you have it available, if you're more early game, you can do the heroic or the normal stage. But once you play more chaos, you're going to get more coins to unlock the master stage, and the master stage is going to give you the highest luck in order to get the exotic and the mythic artifacts. So master stage in the middle, this is how you'll get it the fastest. And then here the cleave didn't show up, so I'll just refresh, and here we have the cleave. So this one, whenever you shoot an enemy after using an ability, it's going to shoot a cleave that does a ton of damage. This will get you through as fast as possible, and then the other abilities here that I'm picking will just depend on your character. It'll just depend on what works for the best for them. But yeah, you go through here, complete a couple rounds of the chaos, and at the end you will be rewarded with 3 chests, which you can get your artifacts from. So I'll do a quick little run through here just to show you guys how to complete these. They're really simple, really quick, and the faster you complete these stages, the faster that you're gonna get the artifacts that you want. And if you guys don't know, you can complete this 3 times, and it will reward you with upgrades for the cleave, upgrade for your abilities up to 3 times. And then you can save your progress to keep the abilities that you've chosen. But here we're on the last stage. There's about 3 stages in every run. So you can see it's pretty quick since I've already gotten to the last stage in the past minute or so. Alright, so now that we've killed the boss there, it's going to head us back to the lobby, and that's where we'll collect our rewards. So since we've completed the master activity, you will have a higher chance of getting, here we go, we got mythic artifact there, and you get 3 chests as well, mythic artifact there, and you have a small chance of getting the exotic artifact as well. If you continue, you're going to have the option to get more upgrades for your abilities, and it'll make it even quicker once you complete your 3rd run. And that was already pretty quick, so you can imagine how fast you would be able to grind through here and pick up these legendary and exotic artifacts. So yeah, that'll pretty much wrap the video up for the artifact masterclass and help you guys max out your artifact endgame for each of your characters.
Alrighty, we want to give a very, very special thank you to Fat here for explaining this for us. Thank you. Everyone in chat, let's go and spam WFAT. We have a lot of people here. WFAT, show this man some love. And thank you, Fat, for showing that for us. And YouTube, that will wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and a comment down below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Also, we are live streaming this game every day on our Twitch channel at Lord Brandon 10, which will also be in the description. And if you're looking for a wonderful and amazing, active, wonderful community for Destiny Rising, we have a Discord, and I will have that linked as the pinned comment down below in the comment section if you would like to join in or even ask Fat some more questions about this whole process. So with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.